Greetings to the residents of Iowa City. I am honored and privileged to have the opportunity to address the City Council and our community as I deliver my fifth State of the City address. As you can see, I'm delivering my address from a transit bus in honor of fare-free Iowa City Transit. We'll talk more about that later, but first I want to offer my sincere thank you to my fellow City Councilors and those who served alongside me during the past year, who have dedicated their time and service to this city to help get us to where we are now. It is truly an honor to serve among a group of public servants who are as dedicated, talented, and hardworking, and I am grateful for the opportunity you have provided me to serve as mayor of this great city for yet another term. Iowa City would not be the wonderful and unique place it is without the assistance of more than 630 employees who work diligently to provide the critical services our residents need to live quality lives in a vibrant and caring community. From our bus drivers to our water service crews, our street crews to our park staff, these amazing people work to ensure the quality delivery of their services for residents and visitors alike. I would also like to share my thanks and appreciation for the residents of this community. As your mayor, I have had the opportunity to interact with many of you firsthand, and I have watched and listened as you have shared your hopes, dreams, and concerns. And it is because of people like you that I continue to learn and grow, continuing to build a community of strength and kindness together. This year, as I give the annual State of the City address, I will walk through the highlights that were made possible through our city's strategic plan and through the hard work of both council and staff who are poised to ensure that this great community is prepared for future challenges, provide opportunities and hope, and understands that partnership and collaboration can only make us stronger. Speaking of collaboration, we could not have taken on the many projects that we have, nor seen the completion of multiple important efforts without the strong support of local, state, and federal agencies, as well as our community partners. Our partnership with Greater Iowa City, Inc. provides us with opportunities to collaborate on projects that forward the vision of this region's first strategic plan. The All-In Vision, Better Together 2030, provides us with the support needed to realize a regional vision that aligns with our city's strategic plan and tackles large projects through an inclusive, multi-agency approach that brings together residents and leaders from the larger county. The South of Six Business District and Iowa City Downtown District are two valued partnerships that work to enhance our city through their advocacy, programming, and projects that provide cultural vibrancy, opportunities for connection, and support for business owners, residents, and visitors. Through a $4 million grant from the Environmental Protection Agency Region 7, the city will expand its existing compost facility, increasing processing capacity to aid in landfill diversion, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and allow even more residents to utilize our composting services. The city continues to partner with Shelter House and was able to increase winter shelter funding by $75,000 to strengthen and stabilize services and access to housing during the season's coldest days. In an exciting new partnership, $75,000 from our Affordable Housing Fund was allocated to the Housing Fellowship to purchase a vacant property at 724 Ronald Street and create affordable and energy-efficient housing in the Northside neighborhood. This home is being constructed by students from the Iowa City Community School District through their student-built housing program and is supported by the Iowa City Home Builders Association and Vocational Training Council. A second home on this same property is expected to be built under the same partnership in the coming year. We continue to support the efforts of the Johnson County Community Violence Intervention Program, which brings together community leaders, residents, and law enforcement to work together to prevent gun violence before it escalates through support and assistance to vulnerable community members. And we look forward to additional opportunities to partner and grow together to build upon a community that understands where it has been and knows where it is going. Another pillar of our strategic plan focuses on racial justice, social equity, and human rights. Iowa City has long been a community that embraces diversity and welcomes different perspectives. But we have much work ahead as we continue to build a safe and welcoming environment for all to enjoy. To this end, we rely heavily on our partners and on the work of the city's Equity and Human Rights Office. These staff are dedicated toward programming that uplifts, educates, and celebrates diversity and equity. In 2023, we supported the funding of an additional staff member for the Human Rights Office who will serve as engagement specialists, helping to promote educational opportunities and events, as well as share important community resources aimed at strengthening the community's knowledge and awareness around issues related to social justice, racial equity, and human rights. The Human Rights Commission made recommendations and the City Council awarded funding to 8 applicants for the Racial Equity and Social Justice Grant. Funding for these awards range from $6,000 to $25,000, all focused on one of the 6 grant priorities: building community, criminal justice, education, employment, health, and housing. In 2024, the Commission has received 29 applications for funding, with total funding available raised to $100,000 for the fiscal year. We are excited for the work ahead to see the fruits of these efforts. In 2023, our city was among 120 cities across the nation that achieved a perfect score of 100 points on the Municipal Equity Index. This marks our 12th consecutive year of earning the highest rating for LGBTQ+ inclusion. Our city government provides a wide variety of diverse and inclusive community programming. Our library is a key community resource prioritizing multicultural events and programming, as well as offering educational materials and classes aimed at making all feel supported, seen, and welcome. Our Parks Department offers inclusive programming and scholarships for underserved community members, prioritizing important skills like youth swimming lessons. Our city parks offer inclusive and accessible play features to support a broad range of users. Our senior center is a vital hub for the area's older adults, aimed at enhancing the quality of life through wellness initiatives, social connection, community engagement, and lifelong learning for a diverse population. They have recently expanded hours of service to further their mission and offer programming at various locations throughout the county. Our transit department's fare-free pilot program ensures that financial barriers don't prevent teens from accessing safe and healthy recreational opportunities, and that all our residents can more easily access employment, childcare, healthcare, and other vital destinations throughout Iowa City. It is clear through these many examples that we are deeply committed to racial justice, social equity, and human rights, and we will continue to prioritize these efforts. Our leadership and staff know that climate action is a priority and are dedicated toward the actions that will help our city achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. The city's climate action goals set a high bar and require targeted efforts to make meaningful change. These efforts include education, engaging programming, and public and community collaborations. This past November, Iowa City was recognized with a gold level designation from the National Soul Smart Program for their work to encourage the growth of clean, affordable solar energy at the local level. In October 2023, the city's public works facility added a solar array to their rooftop. This array is designed to meet all of the energy needs of the building, adding to the facility's list of recognitions for innovative and sustainability-focused design. The Iowa City Municipal Airport recently received notice of a $400,000 grant award from the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law for the installation of solar panels that will offset the electrical energy required to operate the runway, terminal, and facility lighting. Our community members are active participants in climate action goals through engaging programs and events. The Root for Trees program celebrated its 1,000th tree planted by a local resident. The goal of the program is to expand Iowa City's tree canopy and diversify tree species throughout the community. The Climate Ambassador Training Program enlists city staff from across the city, recognizing that our success hinges on every employee in every department having a role to play in reaching climate action goals. This program offers cross-departmental collaboration to share project ideas, resources, and celebrate accomplishments. These collaborations have led to projects like the purchase of an e-book bike for the Iowa City Public Library. The Spot the Hot campaign was announced last July and called on community members to act as volunteer scientists by helping to collect temperature data. This project was a collaboration between Iowa City and Cedar Rapids and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Information gathered will be used to help us better address the health impacts of extreme heat locally. Last year, 32 volunteers fanned out across Iowa City to collect over 80,000 data points to be used as part of this important research. Insulate Iowa City is a grant program that offers funding for income-eligible residents to increase the insulation in their homes. Besides lowering electric bills, this program also helps fight climate change as buildings are the largest source of greenhouse gas emissions in Iowa City. Since its inception, the program has funded 88 households with $196,000 in insulation-related assistance. In 2023, Climate Action Grant Awards were announced to 12 local businesses and nonprofits, including a youth mini grant for peer-to-peer education. These grants have funded insulation improvements, high-efficiency appliances, installation of solar panels, establishment of community gardens, increasing composting capacity, and much, much more. In June of 2023, $23.2 million in funding was announced by the Federal Transit Administration to replace the city's aging transit facility and purchase 4 additional electric buses. Funding of this magnitude is a rare occurrence, and the city is beyond excited to begin work on this project that will include a zero-emissions transit operations maintenance facility and double our existing electric bus fleet. In August of 2023, Transit kicked off a 2-year fare-free Iowa City pilot program aimed at improving access to safe, affordable, reliable, and sustainable transportation. This program has seen an average increase of 47% in ridership per month, including over 200,000 new passenger trips. How is that for a successful launch? In the past year, the city was able to hire a consultant to begin work on a study that will determine the feasibility of bus rapid transit service between Iowa City and North Liberty. This study follows up on the recently completed passenger rail studies on the Crandic Railroad between North Liberty and Iowa City. Working with the MPOJC through a $300,000 Safe Streets and Roads for All grant, the development of a safety action plan for the metro area will help to reduce and eliminate serious injuries and fatal collisions for all road users. The completion of this plan will make Iowa City eligible for future federal infrastructure grants to resolve identified issues. The MPOJC awarded Iowa City $7.3 million in surface transportation block grant funds for the replacement of the Burlington Street Bridge. Because multimodal transportation is valued in our community, several projects were rolled out to improve bicycle travel around the city. Benton Street bike lanes were added from Greenwood Drive to Mormon Track Boulevard. Southgate Avenue bike lanes were also added between South Gilbert Street and Keokuk Street. Keokuk Street underwent a 4-to-3 lane conversion between Highway 6 and Sandusky Drive. Buffer bike lanes on Market and Jefferson Street were added from Madison Street to Governor Street. This includes new bicycle turn boxes at Clinton Street. Rochester Avenue bike lanes were added from First Avenue to Montrose Avenue. Bikeways were added on Sandusky Drive, Taylor Drive, Burns Avenue, Weatherby Drive, Lakeside Drive, and Hollywood Boulevard. Pedestrian travel is another value priority in Iowa City, and providing safe connectivity has been high on the agenda. Several projects occurred in 2023 that made improvements to crossing to enhance safety for travelers, and I will highlight a few of these. The Highway 6 trail from Hines Road to Fair Meadows Boulevard was completed, continuing our multi-year effort to build safe, accessible pedestrian facilities along Highway 1 and 6. New wide sidewalks, a pedestrian refuge island, and pedestrian underpass at American Legion Road for students accessing Hoover Elementary will improve access and safety for all travelers. A pedestrian refuge island with marked school crosswalk on Rochester Avenue and the sidewalk from Ashwood Drive to Rita Lynn Court, connecting students to Regina Educational Center, were added as a part of the Rochester Avenue project. A new marked crosswalk was installed on Muscatine Avenue at 7th Avenue for students traveling to City High, Southeast Junior High, and Longfellow Elementary. New marked school crosswalks were added on North Dodge Street at Fairchild Street for students accessing Horace Mann Elementary. Installation of the in-street yield to pedestrian signs on South Sycamore Street for students traveling to Grantwood Elementary was completed. A new sidewalk on the west side of Riverside Drive under the Iowa Interstate Railroad Bridge, connecting new development on Riverside Drive and Benton Street to the University of Iowa. In 2023, Rochester Avenue underwent major improvements, including utilities work and the addition of bike lanes. This busy street temporarily reopened for the winter, allowing travelers to enjoy the many updates. The work will be substantially completed in 2024. Other large projects include the completion of American Legion Road and improvements to Benton Street. Looking ahead to the coming year, we are excited to move forward with the downtown Dubuque Street reconstruction between Iowa Avenue and Washington Street, which will improve public and private utilities, replace sidewalks and curb ramps, as well as update streetscape features like planters, bike racks, and wayfinding. Also coming up this year is the replacement of the Gilbert Street Bridge and the completion of work at Sturgis Ferry Park. Our community is active and involved, and we look for opportunities to facilitate multimodal commutes for our residents. Whether you walk, bike, or bus, we will be looking at ways to prioritize these options. Our future looks bright as we move into future planning projects. Iowa City continues to be a community people are drawn to for higher education, top quality medical care, arts and culture, Big Ten sports, entrepreneurial opportunities, raising a family, and retirement. In 2023, some of our notable accolades included being named once again as one of the best college towns in the Midwest, a top 20 best small town to retire, a top 100 place to live in the U.S., and the Small Business Community of the Year. We are known for our accomplished literary history and celebrate our UNESCO City of Literature designation each day through our programming, partnerships, and public art projects. What is not to love about a community that offers so much to so many? While we know these are all important hallmarks of a great community, we also know that continued support for an inclusive economic plan is imperative to a healthy and welcoming community. And supporting access to skills, space, and funding are key priorities. In 2023, some of our programming highlights include the implementation of $4 million in ARPA grants to support the underestimated business ecosystem. As a result of these projects, underestimated business owners and entrepreneurs will have more equitable access to success and potential through access to low barrier capital, right-sized commercial incubation space, technical assistance programs, and entrepreneurial skill building opportunities. Continue partnerships and support for the city's 2 business districts, south of 6 and the downtown district, including 2 planned $250,000 grants to activate placemaking in the district and an enhanced cleaning initiative in partnership with the Iowa City Downtown District. A renewed level of engagement with Greater Iowa City, Inc., and partnerships to connect and educate local business and development communities. Last year, we saw a huge resurgence in building permit activity, which translates to taxable growth and the ability to continue to fund critical services for our community. In 2023, building permit value reached the highest level since 2016, nearly doubling what it was a year prior. Looking ahead, continuing engagement with developers and builders and exploring new ways to offer flexible incentives for smart, sustainable growth will be prioritized. Our community is strong, and our leaders are listening to what our residents have to say, taking action that will prepare Iowa City for continued and sustainable growth that considers the needs of all who call this place home. Safety and well-being are another pillar of our city's strategic plan, and we are dedicated towards ensuring that our residents, including those who are the most vulnerable, have access to resources, programs, and support. Because access to quality drinking water is vital to all, the city's water division has created a lead reduction program as the federal government announced new laws to protect Americans from the impacts of lead found in water pipes. These changes in regulation are important, but can be financially burdensome. To address the issue, the city implemented the lead reduction program to help the community understand the associated risk, providing testing in Iowa City homes, encourage insurance protection, and provide a cost share program to help offset the related expenses for impacted homeowners. The city is committed to continuing to innovate, develop, and adapt programs in response to legislative changes. This past summer, our firefighters and police officers, in conjunction with other area public safety entities, put on the Emergency Services Youth Camps for junior high and high school students. Demand was strong for these hands-on camps, which gave participants an up-close look at the skills our first responders use every day to keep us safe. This program not only helps to build strong relationships, but also prepares students who may want to consider future public safety careers. By the end of 2023, a new policy required that all single-family and duplex rentals within Iowa City were to be tested for and mitigate radon in order to receive or renew a rental permit. This policy impacted 3,800 homes. Affordable housing funds were used to provide $68,000 in radon-related services at 88 affordable rental units owned by the Housing Fellowship. I think we can all appreciate our amazing local social service agencies who, together with our award-winning healthcare facilities, provide unequaled services to residents of all ages and needs. These services are critical to the health and vibrance of a community, and we are proud of the amenities we have available here. Our police and fire departments collaborate with our local service agencies to set a high bar when it comes to providing support for our diverse community and all who travel here to enjoy the activities and services we have to offer. In 2023, Johnson County was named just the fourth heart-safe community in the nation, making our community one of the safest places to experience a cardiac event. This designation came about in no small part to the collaboration between the Iowa City Fire Department and the Johnson County Ambulance Service. Our fire department co-hosted CPR training events, identifying areas throughout Iowa City that would be best served by new outdoor AEDs, and helped to promote the Pulse Point app, which alerts users to a nearby cardiac event. I am also proud to share our fire department has demonstrated its continued commitment to providing the highest quality of service, as evidenced by receiving accredited agency status with the Commission on Fire Accreditation International. ICFD first achieved accreditation in 2008 and has been accredited every 5 years since then, making it one of only a handful of agencies worldwide to achieve and maintain accredited status for more than 15 years. This past summer, our animal service staff was involved with the rescue of 131 dogs suffering in a puppy mill operation. Animal services staff worked tirelessly over the course of many days to provide food, shelter, and medical care to these vulnerable animals. Through their efforts, these dogs were able to be placed in loving and nurturing homes. Our police department continues its commitment to providing our community with the best care possible in every situation. In the past year, the department doubled its mental crisis coverage by adding a second mental health liaison employed by community but embedded in the police department. In the near future, ICPD will further evolve the mental health response approach by permanently assigning officers to the liaisons in a co-response model that prioritizes mental health needs and assists during times of crisis. We also believe that housing is a human right for everyone. To that end, we continue to work towards improved access to affordable housing by supporting many programs, updating policies, and changing ordinances to align with these priorities. Our neighborhoods are important, and the role of our neighborhood outreach program is to build connections and opportunities to engage with one another through our neighborhood associations. There are approximately 22 neighborhood associations in Iowa City, and we continue to work with residents to understand their unique needs and challenges. Much of this work is done through the Program for Improving Neighborhoods grant, which prioritizes neighborhood projects based on their alignment with the city's strategic plan for fostering healthy neighborhoods. We are committed to affordable housing and are taking important steps towards creating opportunities and providing support through the Neighborhood and Development Services Department and our partners. In 2023, the city provided over $10 million in rental assistance to local landlords through the Housing Choice Voucher Program. We created 50 additional affordable housing units using federal CDBG home funds. We paid over $1 million in relocation assistance to 80 residents of Forest View Mobile Home Park. We provided over $5 million in affordable housing, serving over 3,000 renters and homeowners. Our aid to agency funding was increased substantially, serving over 30,000 residents. We provided $700,000 in affordable housing funds to the Housing Trust Fund of Johnson County for the construction of Next Senior Apartments that will provide 36 affordable housing units, support rental acquisition for Inside Out Reentries program to house people leaving incarceration, funding for shelter houses, HVAC enhancements at their emergency shelter, and support for the construction of DVIP's new shelter for victims of domestic violence. ARPA funding has provided the opportunity to support our local partners through many programs. Some of these programs include $2 million for the expansion of daycare and other services at neighborhood centers of Johnson County, $1 million for facility improvements at the free medical clinic, which will support the addition of staff and service, almost $1 million to community crisis services and food bank for mobile crisis outreach expansion, $750,000 for child care wage enhancement through a partnership with Johnson County and the Community Foundation, over $1 million for a housing stability pilot program with Shelter House for homelessness prevention, and $435,000 for the Quality Pre-Apprenticeship Program with UI labor center. Our housing authority owns and manages 86 public housing units, as well as 16 additional affordable units, which are scattered across the city. They also work with over 400 property owners and landlords, administering 1,266 housing choice vouchers to eligible families. Their family self-sufficiency program has 160 active participants, making it one of the largest FSS programs in the nation. The goal of this program is to help participants build their savings accounts by working with the FSS coordinator to reach their personal goals. Last year, they also assisted over 1,500 eligible families in acquiring and maintaining safe, affordable housing, and administered nearly 1,600 housing choice vouchers to those most in need. We continue to prioritize stable housing and options for our residents. In the past year, you have seen code amendment changes to provide affordable housing opportunities in the form of accessory dwelling units, or ADUs, in our community's residential areas. These changes, as well as those aimed at updates to our comprehensive plan, will provide these needed improvements and will pave the way for smart and sustainable growth in our community. Tonight, it's important to note that the projects and programs listed in this speech would not be possible without the dedicated work of our city staff. As leaders, it is council's job to understand the need and priorities of the public, but it is the role of our city employees to make sure that not only are we able to achieve these goals, but that we are able to maintain the high quality of services that the public expects and deserves. People are this community's most valuable resource, and I am proud of the work that our professionals do each day, providing critical services to keep our community not only safe and well maintained, but also vibrant and welcoming. From the moment you turn on your tap water in the morning to the ways you travel around the community, there is not an area that isn't impacted by city services. Our street crews keep our road network moving throughout the year, redoubling their efforts during major storms like the one we experienced in January. Water, wastewater, recycling, and solid waste are all served so seamlessly that we can't imagine life without them. We enjoy a bounty of beautiful parks and a variety of recreational opportunities that enhance our community's health and vibrance. Those are a few of the services that you may notice around the city. But I also wanted to call out a few other busy offices that help our city run smoothly. The City Attorney's Office, Communications, Human Resources, Finance, Public Works Equipment Division, and the City Clerk's Office all provide supportive and critical functions that have a major impact on the operation and success of our outstanding municipal government. As I look ahead to the next year, I am proud and I am energized by what the future holds for a great community that seeks to become even better. This community is strong and growing, and I look forward to the opportunity to continuing to serve and guide our path forward in our efforts to impact the community through partnerships that share mutual goals. In unity, your Mayor, Bruce Teague.